Registration for the spring semester is now open and classes are filling up fast at Itawamba Community College. Named the #1 community college in the state for the second straight year by Wallet Hub, ICC offers 5 different class options with locations in Fulton, Tupelo, and Belden that will help save you time and money while preparing you for the future. Email one of our friendly advisors at eadvisor@iccms.edu or call 862-8000 to sign up for classes today. Itawamba Community College. The best start here. So we're going to talk with Jordan Smith. You hear him on some games with me. Probably if you're a high school student, seen him around your high schools. Well, not this year, but previous years. But today we're going to talk about setting up tours and just learning how to become a member of the ICC family.
Absolutely.
So, well, Jordan, before we get started, man, how's it going?
Well, everything's good, just as good as you can do in this world. It's been impacted by this pandemic every day, but we've battled with it here, and I think we've done a good job, and we're still just trying to help as many students as we can.
Now, before we dive into this, I do have to ask a question. Saw a picture the other day coming back from a hunting trip.
Yeah.
Tell us about the little success you had on that hunting trip.
Yeah, we like to deer hunt just a little bit around, so we took a trip to Iowa and had some success up there. So that's one way to get away and have some time to yourself and think, and we enjoyed that. A group of us went up, try to do that every year, and we enjoyed that. So yeah, a lot of fun there. Good to get away, but good to get back home too.
Not gonna brag on your kill?
I killed a pretty decent deer. But
humble guy.
We're not gonna brag about it.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about tours. That's one thing is continuing to go on.
Right.
It's had to adapt
right
from the time. So we're going to talk about it now. So tell everybody about how they can set up a tour with you and what they can expect on some tours.
Well, from a tour perspective, what the actual product looks like is not that much different than what it always has been. We still offer tours every day on campus from 9 to 3. You can go to iccms.edu/tours and sign up for that. We'd love to have you on campus. But we're still bringing people on campus. We're still personalizing those tours for what their interests are. We're still helping those with applications, scholarships, financial aid, housing, whatever the questions may be. We're still able to do all that. It's a little bit different. Everybody's wearing masks. People are sitting in.
See, a bit important guy. His phone's going off. He's got it. Yeah, I already got it. See, somebody's already registered for it.
They're registered for tours right now. But so we've had to change where we meet up with people at to use some more distancing. The mask is part of that, but as far as what the actual product is, what you actually want when you go on a campus tour, we haven't had to change any of that.
All right, so say somebody does register for a tour, they elect to come on campus. What can they expect?
Well, first thing they're going to do is sit down with Taylor or I, somebody from our recruiting staff. We're going to go over where you sit in the process. Do you have an application in? Have you applied for scholarships? What about financial aid? Do you want to live on campus? Have you applied for that? Because there's lots of things and deadlines that happen with that point. So we're able to look at your files and make sure that we've got you where you need to be in the process. Maybe you're just a junior and you're weighing a lot of options. Well, some of that stuff isn't as important for you at this time, and our job is really just to show you a snapshot of what we have to offer at ICC. So the one thing that I like about the way we do tours is I don't believe any two students are the same. Mm-hmm. No two students have the same interest. No two students want the same thing out of their college experience. What we're able to do on a tour is personalize that for how it best fits you. Mm-hmm. Whether you are an adult learner that's trying to add to your education and better yourself as far as a career, well, that's one thing, and we can help you with that. And coming on a tour and seeing what we have to offer is beneficial to you. Maybe you are a junior with a high ACT score, have huge opportunities and plans for the long run, and you want to know what ICC has to offer you to help you out and to get where you want to be. Well, that's totally different, but we can help you out with that as well. So, and if you're anywhere in the middle, we can personalize that for you too. But one thing that I think community colleges do a good job of is serving people in whatever situation they may be in. And when you look at campus tour, that's one thing we're able to really offer through that.
Now, I know there's a lot of restrictions everywhere now because of COVID. Can parents come with the students? Does it need to be students only? What are some of those restrictions or cautions that we're taking?
We try to keep it, not huge groups. I think back to last year, I did tons of group tours where we would take the entire senior class from a school, bring them on campus, have our Indian delegates break them up into 10 to 15 people groups and show them campus. Unfortunately, we can't do that right now. I hate that. That's been difficult for us because that was a great recruiting tool for us. But now, as far as when an individual comes on campus, bring your mom and dad, bring your guardian, bring a brother or sister. Don't bring the entire school with you, but if you've got 2 or 3 people that you want to come and that you want to be a part of that experience, please bring them on. We're going to distance the best we can. We're going to wear the mask while we're on the tour, and we're going to be safe. We're going to be safe all across the board. I think that here's a plug for ICC. We've done a great job with the fall semester. When this whole thing started, when students came on campus in August, I never dreamed that we would make it all the way. I thought it was just a formality or a wishful thinking thing, but we made it. We've had good plans in place, good policies, and that's here to stay all the way across the board. So back to your original question, yes, bring that family member with you, bring a friend with you, and let us show you everything that we've got to offer.
Now, you kind of touched on it a little bit, and this kind of struck me as interest, so I know it may be interesting for some of our listeners or people watching on YouTube as well. So if I have a special interest, say I'm more interested in chemistry than anything else.
Right.
So you'll take me to where most of my classes would be, or
100%.
Something like that. So it can be a more specialized tour pending your interest.
Absolutely. One of the first things that we like for students to fill out when they're scheduling a tour is an interest inventory. Tell us what your interests are, because that helps us as a staff and also our student recruiters who do a lot of our tours for us to know what are some places that we want to make sure and show you. If you're an art student, I'm going to take you to the fine arts, and we're going to take a look at those labs and those things that are going on in there. If you're interested in band, we're going to make sure we get you by the band hall. Those types of things where when we know exactly what you're interested in, we can get the best usage out of the time you've got with us.
Absolutely. It's cool to ask questions like that.
Absolutely.
Too, because we talked with Michael. Sometimes kids don't know what they want to do.
Right.
And so maybe they see something like, oh, well, what's this? And you can explain more, and that opens a door for them to maybe do something in the future. So just kind of talk about that for those students that don't necessarily know what they want to do. How can they still capitalize on that on a tour?
Well, Adam, some institutional research shows that 50% of college students in the United States change their major up to 3 times. Mm-hmm. So if you're sitting in a boat as a high school senior and you're like, I have no idea what I want to do, or maybe if you're the parent of a high school senior and you're worried because your kid has no idea what they want to do, now's not the time to stress out about that whatsoever. Here at ICC, most everybody is going to be awarded an Associate of Arts degree. Now, they may be an engineering emphasis, they may be a medical field interest, they may want to be an elementary school teacher one day. Whatever the case may be, in the community college system, we're awarding mostly all Associate of Arts degrees, which basically means those first 2 years, you're going to have some specific things. If you're interested in the medical field, you're going to take a lot of science-type classes. There's some things like that you're going to see. But across the board, it's going to be a lot of the same coursework. So while you're here, this is a great place to figure out what you do like. Maybe if you're sitting there right now and think, I want to be, some type of doctor one day. Well, if you don't enjoy AMP1 and AMP2, that's probably not going to be the field for you. But you've got time while you're with us to figure out what exactly those interests are and what does fit you the best. I like to say whether you are interested in doing something from a technical route like a welding field or a HVAC, something like that, or if you want to look into law or engineering or the medical field, we're a great start for you across the board. No matter what that case may be, ICC's got 2 years to offer you that's going to be beneficial to you.
That kind of carried me to my next point. I know a lot of people think about the Fulton campus, our main campus. We also have the Belden Center, where all of our workforce is, and we also have Tupelo, which is home of our health sciences as well. So you guys are basically all over the place, right? Right,
and we're doing tours of all those places as well. We do tours every day in Fulton, Tupelo. In Tupelo, again, we do include the Health Science Center there. And then over in Belden, with workforce training, we do tours there as well. If you're sitting on the fence about some of those workforce programs like they offer in Belden, please get up with us. Miss Emily Tucker heads up our recruiting efforts over there. Dr. Tucker, that is. She will show you around. There's some fascinating things over there.
It really is.
They'll let you go in there and play with those robots. They let me put my hands on it, and I tear up all kinds of stuff, so I didn't tear that up at least. But go over there, try that out, and see what there is to offer. There's tons of things out there. And again, just to reiterate, if you're a senior, a junior, high school student, and you have no earthly idea what it is you want to do, if you're the parent or a guardian of one that has no idea what they want to do, now's not the time to stress out about that. We're here to help. If you can narrow it down to 2 or 3 things, or maybe just some interest for you, come on and see us, and let's see if we can find something that really strikes you.
How can they go and get in touch with you to set up the tours, set up, just applying and all that? How can they do that?
Well, the website's a great resource for sure. ICCMS.edu, just our homepage. We have every program of study, every workforce program. All that stuff is located there. You can read up about that if you're trying to look into some of those options. To schedule a tour, ICCMS, or it's tours.iccms.edu. That's tours.iccms.edu. You can schedule any of those campuses and locations. You can put on there what you're interested in, and we'll make that happen. Other than that, give me a call, shoot me an email. My work phone number is 662-862-8252, or just call a general ICC number. Tell them you want to speak with Jordan, that you heard him on the radio, and Miss Lori, and then we'll get you sent over to me to speak with me. Or through email, jtsmith@iccms.edu. Shoot me an email there, and I'll get back with you as soon as I can.
Now we're rolling into January, so this year that has been 2020 is wrapping up.
Thank God.
Yeah. So what's the biggest thing you've taken away from everything that we've gone through since March?
Well, it's hard to narrow that down to one thing, because life as we knew it 10 months ago is not the same right now. Hopefully we're on the way to getting back to that. But I want to take an opportunity to commend our president, Dr. Allen, our board, our president's cabinet. They have done a great job of putting themselves in the shoes of students, knowing that even in the midst of a global pandemic, these are still college students. These are real people trying to make a future, trying to figure out how to get there, and we've got to figure out a way to meet them the best we can. And I would say as an institution, we've done just that. I hit on it a little while ago. I don't know if you'll find any staff member or faculty member on our campus that legitimately thought in August, when we started classes, that we would still be here come December, that we would complete it, that things would go as smoothly as they did. We put policies in place, led by Dr. Allen, that worked, and they're going to work again in the spring. So if you're sitting there on the fence right now and thinking, I don't know whether to go meet with advising and make a schedule out, I don't know what the spring's going to look like, take a deep breath. Go ahead and register. Don't let this be something that gets you behind. Let this be something that gets you ahead. Work through the middle of this. Be better for it in the long run, because I can promise you we're going to have the policies and procedures in place to get you the best college experience we can.
And and I know it's crazy, but we always got to have goals. You and I are guys that set a goal in front of us. We want to meet it. What is your goals for the spring?
Well, we want to see enrollment up again. We had enrollment up last year for the first time in 9 years. It's an uphill battle. I mean, it's going to be a fight to get there, because you get so many things that are going on in the world right now. But I'm a recruiter. My job is to go out and tell students about the great things that are happening at ICC. I wouldn't sell that to you if I didn't believe in it. There's great things happening here at this college. There's people that care about you and want to help you out the most that they can. So we want to get that message out. We've struggled at times to get into some schools and share that. Hopefully we're going to be able to meet again soon. We've got some plans for some things coming up in the spring semester that I think are going to really help some students out, and it could be some unique opportunities to meet with us as a staff. But our goal is to continue to see enrollment go up. I selfishly want to see that because of the role I'm in, but I believe in it because I believe in this college and what we have to offer.
Registration for the spring semester is now open, and classes are filling up fast at Itawamba Community College. Named the #1 community college in the state for the second straight year by Wallet Hub, ICC offers 5 different class options with locations in Fulton, Tupelo, and Belden that will help save you time and money while preparing you for the future. Email one of our friendly advisors at eadvisor@iccms.edu or call 862-8000 to sign up for classes today. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.